Okay, so we got a couple of things we need to do. Maybe we can find. I actually talked to Hans. Hello, Magdalene. Hi, Hans. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Dr. Schultz thinks I should prepare myself for the worst. No, hold on one second. There we go. Thank you. I'll tell him you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things. Hold on. Well, we've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health, too. I pray you're right. Be glad you have time with him, I say. I wish I had as much time with Helwig. Anyway, did you need something? Kraft wasn't bothering you again, was he? Was he gotten in some other trouble? No. No, he's been fine, mostly. Good. That boy's a thorn in my boot. He's lazy, arrogant, doesn't care for his family. He'll bring shame to the Bauer name one day. I avoid sticking my nose into people's affairs, but Martin? Anyway, didn't mean to complain. Until later, Magdalene. And you're Simon. Hey, Magdalene. I heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried to say the least. Hans sends his regards. The Bauer... Well, Hans is right there. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you. And thanks Hans and Juta as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bedrock of tasting. Yeah, he has. I love Klaus. He's a good guy. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be, sorry. It's fine. I fear it as well. It's best not to ignore one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts. A faint echo. A feeling. An occasional emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened to him for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Oh, yeah. Never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. Can imagine how she would have been like. Stubborn and unruly, yeah? I'm not stubborn and unruly. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. Truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Until later, Simon. Hetty. We're just gonna talk to everyone here. Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural coming? I hear browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. It took some work, but I convinced them to let me paint the Rathaus, yes. Well, it's good to see those stubborn bastards can be moved. God may have made man from dust, but I swear he left one of them with rocks for brains, too. Some of them with... do you know Jorg was Oh, shit. I couldn't read that. Fuck. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you're settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. It's hard to think of the future right now with what's happened to my dad. Oh, sweet girl. I'm sorry. My mouth goes faster than my head sometimes. Or so my Johan used to say. My dad's only ever been a fair weather friend to people like me, but he's a family man at heart. I can respect that. I hope he knows how lucky he is to have you looking after him. He regrets it, you know. What happened the night the abbey burned? I'm sure he does. He could have made a real difference for us. Stuck his neck out, but he was scared. We all wish things could have turned out different, but that's life. Anyway, give my best wishes to your fathers, and take care. Thanks, Hetty. Until later. Till then. Shoot, I don't give a shit about Juta. Let's go to the Martin Brower farm. We can't go see Ottilia, can we? Oh, just an empty house. Fucking Ottilia can't take it. That's such bullshit. Give it to Ottilia, come on. Fucking Martin Brower. Afternoon, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tasting is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tasting who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Town folks have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I pulled my weight around here. Tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. Yeah, Kraft. I've done enough back-breaking work for this family. Can't a man just have a goddamn rest? Why are you always getting into fights anyway? Sometimes an asshole just needs to get his teeth pounded in. Does beating the shit out of someone really solve a problem? Maybe. Don't want to solve problems, though. Don't have the patience anymore. Had enough. Just want what I'm owed. Right. I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Wait. I almost forgot the reason I came to you. I'm trying to learn about the history of tasting. I was told you could help. Me? What do I know about history? Mother Illuminata told me you borrowed a book of local history from Baron Rothvogel. Mother Illuminata? Oh, you mean one of the old nuns from the convent? Sure, a book. Might have taken it back then. That was a lifetime ago. I can't remember the book or what I did with it. Those years are a blur. Probably threw it away somewhere, or left it at home. Wouldn't have been much for me to do with the book. I can't read. Too unique for me to have sold, too. No one outside Tasting cares about its history anyway. Maybe I should ask Brigitte if she remembers anything about it. Sure, couldn't hurt. It was decades ago, but she's the one who remembers. She's the one who remembers shit. Thanks for the help, I guess. Uh-huh. If there's nothing else, I got work to do. Till later, Martin. People talk, Martin. We know. Magdalene, how are you keeping? Fine enough, given the circumstances. Are you getting enough rest? I know how hard it is to manage a house alone. You have the shop and mural to worry about, too. Or Clara wishing she had a distractor. You might see about her helping you and your father through this difficult season. How is Klaus, by the way? Any improvement? You're one of the only people who've asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking for. I worry about you, carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. I don't know what I'll do if he does. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalene. Believe me. It may feel like you are, but have you thought about what you do if your dad doesn't come through this? have to get married. You remember what happened to Attilia? That poor woman. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tasting who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? I literally can't imagine who you'd be alluding to. There's not a single young man of quality in this town. Not even young Otts? He's about as subtle as his father. Rest Otto's soul. God rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. Wish I got to meet him. Oh, Otto. Properly, I mean. He made an impression, that's for certain. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moon after him. Though that didn't stop some of us. He was Ava's from the start. As Otts appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Well, that's good, at least. He's not bad looking. You're trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I don't mean to be rude, but I'd prefer to decide on my own time. All right. I'll let it be. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing, but if you pray, work, and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. If it's not working out, how can you be sure a couple belongs together? God knows. He brings people together for a purpose. We don't need to understand it, only to have faith in Providence. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin is supposed to have stolen it from the Baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it, hidden in a drawer. Martin left it open when he ran off. He went to all the trouble to take it, but didn't bring it along? Martin was a thief, but he wasn't stupid. I'm sure he realized no one would believe he'd come by the book honestly, so he couldn't sell it. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was, holding a stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I'd like to read it to my dad. That's a nice thought. It does seem like the kind of story Klaus would like. Oh, alright. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and churned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Huh. Historia Tessae. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. Oh, fuck! I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. Fuck, we got it. But I don't read Latin. No! No, the one. I just finally get this book and I can't even fucking read. Oh, God. I should sit down and read it soon. God damn it. Alright, let's try to go to the church and maybe we can talk to Attilia. Mary, Mother of Jesus. Her painting has been here as long as I can remember. Hey, where's Attilia? Oh, God bless you, Magdalene. And you, Father Thomas. You look troubled. What's the matter? I seem to have lost the key to the tabernacle. The tabernacle. Oh, uh-oh. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. I'm sure I could find a way to get the tabernacle open. The lock shouldn't be that complex. Absolutely not. I won't have you picking your way into the tabernacle. Even for a righteous purpose. I don't like the prospect of it. And why on earth do you know how to pick locks, Magdalene? Walt has taught me. Sometimes the mechanisms of inventions get stuck. I have to fix them. I suppose that makes sense. Use that talent wisely, Mr. Struckerin. Regardless, I won't have you forcing your way into the tabernacle. I'll find that key eventually. I won't leave Tasting's sanctification at risk. I think I know where your missing key went. Do I? Oh, you found it? Praise the Lord. Thank you, Magdalene. You have it, don't you? Not, but I know who does. Who? Magdalene, are you implying that someone stole the tabernacle key? I think the twins stole it, Father. They've been plotting something all day. Those fickle little rat bags. No matter how many times I warn of the suffering they could endure if they do not cease this nonsense. They continue in their impious, impetuous ways. I swear, the devil's in those children, naming them after pagan gods, and no wonder. Shall have another talk with the parents, I think. Your piety shines off. I don't even know that that's the truth, but I mean, they are getting up to some bullshit. Piety shines all the more brightly in the comparison to their iniquity. Don't punish them too harshly, Father. The God will see to that, not I. The Lord will see to that. God bless you, Magdalene. I just ratted on them. I just snitched! I just snitched! Oh, man. Yeah, you're not gonna tell me how to get into the fucking salt mine? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna snitch on your ass, bitch. Just fucking snitched on him. I like absolutely snitched. I can't go to. I don't want to go to bed yet. I just want to read. Let me read up there. Can I? Hey, Dad. Hello, Magdalene. Okay. Well, I have the Historia tasting, so maybe I can read it at another point. For now, I guess I'll just go start the mural, I guess. Like, why not? Hey, Craft. It's Curl. Wrath House. Here we go. Let's work on it. I like to work it, work it. It's 3 o'clock. Oh, 1 second. How's the mural coming along? Sigh heavily. What? Oh, right. Magdalene. Sorry. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? It doesn't look like too much yet. No work of art appears significant at start. You think Michelangelo was born? No. What do you know about it? Neither do you, but the town has learned to accept it over the last 18 years. That's very harsh. I thought this was gonna be fun, like prickly, but this is not prickly. This is like stab you in the eye. Well, of course it doesn't look like anything now. I only just started priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of tasting when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around tasting. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? It's pottery and tools the Romans have found to show how he lived before the Romans. How the spring was blessed. Oh, Peter remembered a legend about a chieftain. I mean, I like the image. I like recreating the image. Because that is, like, based on the old gods. And like the smoky story of like the Roman story. Like the Romans were here, yes, but the old history was from their original like Bavarian history. And I think that's kind of like the cooler part. Il Peters is okay, but I actually kind of like the whole Perchta, and I think Il Peter will like this. He would probably prefer his own story, but like I think he'll like this. I think a lot of people won't like this, and they'll be like, "You should probably talk about just the Romans." Let's talk about Perchta and the spirits. Uh, human sacrifice? Don't you think that's a bit much? I don't know how the rest of the town will take it, especially Father Thomas. So what made you choose this story anyway? I think the pottery I found is a better source than stories that have been passed down by mouth. I guess that's true. Still, I think it will shock some people, especially Father Thomas. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I figured this portion of the mural out, I better start thinking about next section. I kind of forgot. Word. Whatever. I'll leave you to it, Mags. Magdalene. Good night, Ots. Good night, Magdalene. Alright, so we're just gonna paint all night? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? Okay. Let's see, how much did we do in 3 hours? Oh, we just went to bed. I decided how to depict Hastings' early... I should decide how to paint Crisau's history. Mother Illuminata's letter mentioned that a Matthew Fossigny Sachs used to be a brother in Crisau. He said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask what he remembers. Oh, and I have Esther's letter to answer too. I should write to them both now, before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read that old book Brigitte gave me. Maybe I'll learn something pertinent for the murals. Well, how do I read? Go upstairs? It says write, you know what I mean? Like, it says write, so it sounds like I want to write the fucking letters and not read the book. Hi, Klaus. Hello, Magdalene. Okay. Bye, Klaus. Yeah, let's just write, I guess. Alright, where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Baron's before Martin stole it. I can't make much out of it. The Latin is much harder than I'm used to. The book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town. That might be easier to read. Erigo simulacrum enagere et Mars nostrum aperum conspiciat. So Mars again, huh? This one seems like a dedication to Mars to bless a field. Seret Diana, like Diana, like Virgin Roman goddess of the hunt and wilderness. Diana is also associated with fertility, the moon, and the world. Locos scattered, ipsa. This one talks about Diana. Wetting herself? Bathing in the spring, maybe. Orema sut defendat ipidum. Oh, this one isn't as hard. Let us pray so that he, or she really, may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. This book is so big, though. It'd be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus for help. Let's ask Baltus! Hell yeah. Werner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. I'm not asking him. Chances are something could help, but it might be worth asking about. Should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. I should write to him before the snows come. I'll write to Astor, too. Most Reverend Matt. Most revered Matthew Fossigny Sachs, Archdeacon of Sion. My name is Magdalene Drucker. I'm the daughter of Tasting's town printer, Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tasting's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. I heard that you were the sacristan at Curacao and knew a great deal about the abbey's early history. I understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know any other places where we might learn about the abbey's history, we would appreciate it. I know it may be a small comfort, but there are many in Tasting who regret what happened during the revolt. Sister Gertrude is still here, with the poor Clares. Oh yeah. And she speaks fondly of the old abbey. Thank you for your help, Magdalene. Cool. It's a good letter. I think we did a good job with that one. Alright. Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoltz said that he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. I don't want to believe it, but it's hard to argue with Dad's condition. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father, or why. I found a note by him too. All it said was stop. It wasn't from the shop, because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. Does someone want to stop the mural? I don't know. No one in Tasting has such skill in script, as far as I know. But anyway, I don't have time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about me being too young, about my being too young. Not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the mural has been a welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Lots has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. It's sweet and I'm glad for the company. He makes the days easier. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas, if I can. I just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stoltz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. There we go. Got our letters done. Translation trouble. Yeah, we gotta go. Bed. Bedtime. Get some rest. Go to sleep. Brush the hair, of course. Oh, you gotta take out the grippers, brush the hair. Yep, there we go. With the bedtime. Hell yeah. Okay, 1 day pass. 2 day pass, 3 day pass, 4 day pass, 5 day pass, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Damn. Okay. Mr. Struckerin, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. The first letter is from Reverend Matthew. Oh shit. Oh, and you got a little buddy there. Hell yeah. Mr. Struckerin, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Curacao. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to assist the people of Tasting in their endeavors to catalog the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Curacao Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Curacao family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Curacao changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many others double monasteries did likewise around the same time. It may have been done out of fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Sic arsit historia Cursis. Thus burned the history of Curacao. But we cannot change the past. I have heard the Sisters of the Porch Clares have formed a new chapter at the abbey. I can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not co-signed the contents of Curaçao's former occupants to a bonfire, you may find something there. It is hard to be overjoyed at the news of your neighbor's late regrets. Many of the injuries inflicted 18 years ago will never heal. Regret cannot undo what has been done. We can all find redemption through Christ. We must pray for love and reconciliation in the days ahead. In the end, that is all that matters. Winter comes swiftly. Juggernauts and... Wait, what is that? Huguenots, a group of French Calvinists known for their vocal and sometimes violent opposition to the Catholic Church. Lutherans. Plague my homeland. Thank the Lord you still live in a land ruled by the one true church. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. The most Reverend Matthew Fox Skinny Guy, I can't say that, Archdeacon of Sion. Hell yeah. Okay. Ah, another reply from Esther. Oh, Magdalene. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are further away than it is easy to travel, but I will see that we do what Hishem allows. Literally the name. A Hashem. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet, the night I was born, he remembers great strife in town. Perhaps there is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt. That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprit. I'm encouraged to hear that the town council let you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their old ways of thinking? We live in a new age. An age where art and science have come together. An age when all may read the works of the great sages in their own language. Truly, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. But I'm glad you found some joy in your work on the mural. We are all well here. Alicia has been carving a new set of wood cuttings, and father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Siemund. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now. So I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well. Esther. That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on Dad. Alright, Daddy-o. What's poppin'? When was supposed to come check on Dad today? I wonder where he is. When Till Spiel pretended to be a doctor. At least he showed up and his patients felt better. Till. Oh, this guy! The guy that's like tricks people into doing shit with his poo. Fucking weird. What's Werner's excuse? Maybe I should try to find him later. Good morning, Magdalene. Good morning, Dad. Feeling any better? Your fever broke at dawn this morning. A little stronger. All things in time. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section of the mural today. I'm not so hungry right now. I'll be alright. Your letter from the Archdeacon, yes? That's right. What did you learn from him? Yeah, he was. He seemed sad over what happened during the revolt, hesitant to tell me anything. He did say the abbey was founded by a noblewoman after the Romans left. Everything else burned in the fire. How unfortunate. None of the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest that poor Clares might have held onto some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tastings Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the covenant much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. Should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tasting. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Else? I thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Kevizels used to live up and down this valley. Go talk to her, I will. Thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left. Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. I won't go far into them, Dad. Just to take a look. Alright. Wear a scarf, too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in me bones. Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, alright? Alright. Good luck. Alright. We have things we need to do. Gotta... Oh, God, it's not gonna tell me to... Wait, hold on. I want to go talk to Baltus and Warner and talk to people who can read the history Tessai for me. Oh, Clara, hey. Magdalene, dear. Hello, Claire. Thank you for helping me look after the house. I can't tell you how much more time this gives me to work on the mural. Oh, it's no trouble. You have your hands full as it is. I know Dad really enjoys the company while I'm working too. Ah, yes. He sleeps most of the day, but he's been in good spirits whenever I drop in on him. You two keep a clean house too. Well, aside from the workshop. But I can't blame you for that. I've left that to you to take care of. I don't want to damage any of your supplies. Thank you, Claire. Truly. You've been such a blessing to us, both. You're such a dear, Magdalene. God bless you. Alright. Let's go to Central Town. Oh. Hey, Apollo. I can't believe you would ruin our plan and tell Father Thomas, Magdalene. It was going to be hilarious, but you ruined it. You're such a child. Why can't you grow up and do something useful with your life? What the hell, Magdalene? Christ, and to think you used to be fun to talk to. Bitch. Ugh, whatever. That's the last time we helped. You didn't even help me! What are you talking about help me? You didn't fucking help me. Alright. Didn't fucking do shit. Ciao, Magdalene. Hi, Ignazio. How are you? Ah, I am well. The winter is approaching quickly, no? What is you say here? Perched up pinching at your nose? What? Haha, yes, that is the saying. Baltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit, they are rather charming, even if the language is a bit rough to my tongue. Will you be staying and tasting long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? Ah, I should return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have some business to conduct. It's taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? It must be difficult for you to be so far from home for so long. Baltus has made me most welcome, so I'm in no particular rush. I only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall. Otherwise, my journey will take twice as long. I'll let you get back to work then. What's this? Baltus, I wonder if we can do another lesson soon. Hey Baltus, do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do you for? Came across a book of the history of tasting. I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Grazia and I have our hands full preparing the Christmas ale, you see. Of course, sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies I couldn't be of more help. Alright, do your Christmas ale thing. We'll just do my own shit. Do my own shit, man. Can I talk to the doctor? Is he in? Hello, are you in? Is the doctor in? Nope. He's got some flowers. I guess we just go see. Oh shit. Oh my god. Warner, are you fucking okay? Ugh. Warner? Prod him with your foot. You were supposed to come check on my dad today. Oh god. I don't have the strength to carry him home. I have to tell someone. Maybe Baltus. They're still on friendly terms. Ganazio could help. Or Big Jorg. He's strong. He can do it. Oh, what a mess. Let's get Big Jorg. I feel like Big Jorg will help me out here. Hey, Rusty. Yo, where you at, Big Jorg? There you are, Big Jorg. Hey, Magdalene. Can I help you with something? I found Dr. Stoltz passed out drunk by the bakery, sleeping in a ditch. Again. For Christ's sake. It happening occasionally is fine, but the man can't hold his beer. If you say so. Can you help him? Of course. I'll go fetch him. Thanks, Magdalene. So... Alright, well, he'll help him later, I guess. In the meantime... Outside of tasting... Oh, the Gertner farm. Oh, there's something at the Gertner farm? Like what? Well, let's go back to the Gertner farm, then. What's at the Gertner farm? Might be. I didn't realize there was something else I needed to do there. Veronica? Hello, Magdalene. Bedroom. I just want there to be something in there, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there should be something there. Oh, Peter? Magdalene. Oh, can I talk to Big Jorg about something else? Hello, Magdalene. What is here at the... There's an objective here, but I don't have no idea what it is. Sister Gertrude, Baltus, Dr. Stoltz, and even Father Thomas may be able to help read it for me. There's something else up at the mill. Okay. Weird. It says like... That is weird. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing there. I guess we go talk to... Oh, Artemis, are you gonna be pissed at me? Go away, Magdalene. Yeah, it fucking hates me. She fucking hates me. Alright, let's go to church. Whatever happened to Attilia? I can't find her. God bless you, Magdalene. And God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask about tasting saints. I'd like to represent them in the Rathaus. I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. You misunderstand, Father. I may incorporate them, but there are other not as simply as part of Tasting's history. Of course, I consider saints to be central to Tasting's history. Cursao's too. But you know there is one saint you're overlooking. Contemplate this. Why? The Blessed Virgin, of course. Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tasting, centuries ago. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tasting? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasants traveled to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. It seems like a reasonable response, all things considered. Perhaps, but blessed are those who believe but have not seen. But sadly, the bishop did not believe. The peasant returned to Tasting and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the bishop of Freising. Keep listening. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tasting. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here, to Tasting. Well, yeah, he did. Keep listening. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. I had no idea that's where all... just keep listening. And so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tasting have been using it ever since. You're not from Tasting. How did you hear the story? True, I am not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told them when they were children, and so on. The priests in the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? I'm still considering it. Well, if your deliberation fails you, perhaps you will find the prayer gives you greater clarity. God bless you in your work, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. Oh, can we talk about the... Hello, Father. Can you spare a moment? Yes, of course, Magdalene. What is it? Well, I found this book, but I can't read the Latin very well. Can you help me translate it? The whole book? Oh dear. I can't afford that much time away from my duties right now. The Christmas sermon is coming up, and I've already fallen behind on Advent preparations. Could the matter wait, perhaps? I'd be happy to look it after the festivities. Of course, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. So that's the maze, the labyrinth. Mary Mother. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, we can go up to the mill, Still something at the Gertner farm. I don't know what that is. We'll go into the Covenant as well. Explore a little bit of the Abbey. Okay, we got options here. We definitely do have options. I keep saying that.